Hello, everybody. This is Bogdan Dovhany, also known as Fatlatus. Today I'm going to tell you about the REST API demo. I haven't yet published this as managed package because I'm not sure if anyone would be interested in this, but if you are interested, please tell me or contact me. So, the REST API demo Explorer helps you to make arbitrary REST API calls. First of all, on the first step of this page, you can select if you would like to make REST API calls on the current organizations that you are logged in, or if you want to log into some different organization. Assume you would like to run on the current organization, then you select the first option. On the first screen, perform arbitrary REST API call. You can see the relative URI, which you can populate with anything you would like. Basically, any REST API call starts with services data, which is if it's just blank or slash, which it means it will just show you the current versions available for your instance. For example, my instance is Europe 6, and it has all versions up to Spring 16, while on Sandboxes you might see already Summer 16 version, which is 37. On Sandbox there is, on this production Europe 6 instance, there is only 36, which is Spring 16. So if you run this query, you will see the same thing. Yeah. So this query is made by default when you click the next button, and it shows you available list of versions as a drop-down list. So once you select some version and click next, you will see more options. First of all, you will try to make this query, or actually the first query it's making is get all resources for version 36, and it returns a lot of resources. Actually, we are mostly interested in the as-object resource, and we rarely use any other except the query or search. And also automatically some other requests are made. First of all, to request all as-objects, which returns as-object metadata. Almost every related metadata to as-object except of the fields and some detailed information. Also, you see some queries made, and described information is retrieved to get the field information. This is needed for these two panels showing perform CRUD and perform CRUD using JSON data. So you can perform with REST API any CRUD operations which are allowed. So different objects allow different operations. Some read-only. You can see if there is only R in brackets, means this object is only read-only, and you cannot perform any CRUD operations except the read operation. If you see CRUD, it means this object supports every operation, and some objects support specific information. For example, content versions supports create and update, but does not support delete. Content document supports read, update, and delete, but doesn't allow you to create. So you can easily find out here, and you can select operations here, and you can either populate a JSON fields value here, or you can select a field for some object. For example, let's say you would like to create some account. Yes, and for account you can populate some dummy account name and click perform. When you run this, you will see the link to the dummy account created. you see all the fields are blank except of account name. Then you can make a read operation. For example, you can read the account which was just created, and it will show you all the fields. You see every field is blank except the name populated and some standard Salesforce system fields like owner ID, created date, last modified date, and some other stuff. Next thing, you can make update operation. For example, you can change the account name to some different name, and you will see results success. If you update this account, you will see the name is updated to dummy account name 2. And you can also delete the account, and you need just to select the account ID here, or you can just put ID in the different form here. So for this form you can manually input the ID, or you can select it from here. In some cases it's convenient to use just the drop-down pick list. In some other cases, if the number of records bigger than 1000, then it might be useful to use this form. And this is about CRUD operation. Also, it's possible to make SQL queries here. So, for example, you can select ID and name from account, just input query here, click execute query, and you will see all the accounts available here. So when you click the link, you can open actually those accounts. If you are logging into some other information, instead of links to accounts, there would be links to their representation. And what else? You can also make search queries. For example, you may, for example, look for oil in the names of accounts or opportunities. Also, it provides your results. You can open and make sure that these accounts really contain oil inside of their information, but amount the values of their fields. What else? Actually, you are not limited to this. You can check any other fields or any other objects or any other organization. And for example, you can make update to the organization name using REST API, but for example, you cannot do this with usual Apex code. So let's, for example, firstly read, and then we can update it, and we can remove dummy stuff, and the organization name is updated. Probably I could show you from here. So you see now organization name is like this, but if we, for example, put some additional values and you refresh the screen, you will see that organization name will be updated. If you log into some other organization, you can make some additional calls, to custom REST services. Assuming you have account enabled resource on your organization, which tries to search for accounts with some text inside of their names, and if you make this query, you will see the records which are returned here which may be the same as if you try to perform a SOSL search against this organization. So some other stuff I would like to show you is if I go to this objects, and if, for example, I would choose the accounts, then the REST API may return me recent items as well as some described information. So, for example, I can go to some recent item, and it will just return me this information, and or I can go to some resource, for example like describe, which shows me detailed information about the fields metadata, which I use, for example, when I populate this list of fields which are available for update operation. If you are interested in this functionality as a managed package, please let me know, and maybe I will create a managed package build which will implement this functionality. Thanks to you for watching.